Hello class. I've generated this short video to help you with that series of questions I asked about the I Hate Pennies video. You might remember in that video that guy ranted on and on about pennies aren't worth anything, they cost more to produce than they're worth, and we shouldn't be producing them. So it occurred to me that we could actually solve this thing based on the standard the United States used to discontinue the halfpenny. We discontinued the halfpenny in 1857, and we have the CPI going back all those years. So let me see if I can get that up here. Here's the CPI, right, that I just pulled off of the file that you have in Blackboard. And now what we want to do is we want to get down here to 1857, and we want to calculate what's happening to the purchasing power of a penny, and then later of a nickel and a dime and a quarter, so forth, since 1857. Now the way you do that is, let me see if I can find that other camera. There it is. So this is the basic formula that you use to move a price. So you take a price in any year, let's just call it year X, you multiply by the consumer price index in the year that you're trying to move it to, and you divide by the consumer price in the year that you have, and that gives you the inflation adjusted price as if it's in year Y, the second year. So you start with a price in year X, you always multiply by the CPI in the year you're trying to get to, let's call that year Y, and you always divide by the CPI in the year that you're in this case it's year X, and that gives you your adjusted thing. So what we want to do is we want to take a penny. You know, pennies are worth so little that this symbol for pennies has disappeared. I bet a lot of you don't even know it. This is the symbol for pennies, 1 cent. So we want to take 1 cent. Let's start in, let's say we did it in 2019. We want to take the value of a penny in 2019 and we want to move it back to what it would have been in 1857. So we multiply by the consumer price index in 1857 and we divide it by the consumer price index in 2019, and that will give us the value of a penny. That'll give us the value of a penny as if it were in 1857, the current value of a penny back in 1857. So that's what we need to do. So let's pull up Excel. So here's Excel. So what we want to do is we want to take, let's do it for pennies. So we're going to take 1 cent, right? We're going to multiply by the consumer price index in 1857. By that thing, and we're going to divide it by the consumer price index in 2018. And then of course it's so small that it doesn't show here, so let me change the format of it. Let's get 2 decimal places. Let's see if that'll work. Yeah, so a penny today, 1 cent in 2018, is worth about 4/100ths of a cent in terms of its purchasing power way back in 1857. Or put another way, 4/100ths of a penny in 1857 is this. Okay, it's that, and then I'm going to bring it down. Whoops, went too far. So obviously a penny in 1857 adjusted for 1857 is still a penny. There was a little deflation in 1858, so it was worth a little more. It's worth more. Look at this. Now it's falling. A penny is only worth 0.8 of a cent here. We keep going. We're trying to find when it's only worth a half a penny, because that's when we discontinued the half cent. So we're looking up here. Not quite. Here we are. So in about 1946, a penny in 1946 had the same purchasing power as a half a penny in 1857. So based on the logic that we used to discontinue the half penny, we should have discontinued the full penny in 1946. That was a long time ago. I wonder about a nickel. Should we keep a nickel? All right, so the pattern is the same. So in this case, we're going to take a nickel, 5 cents, right? We're going to multiply it by the consumer price index way down here in 1857, this thing. And we're going to divide it by the consumer price index in 2018, which is what I have here. Oh, I got a typo somewhere. Let's just see what it did. 5 cent times that. Yeah, that sounds right. Now I need to nail this down. Okay. It should work. And then I should get a little more digits than that. There we go. So this is 5 cents in 1857, and then of course it's only worth 4 cents. Then it's worth 3 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent, less than a cent. Look at here. So a nickel was only worth right here in 1982. A nickel was worth less than a half a penny. So based on the standard we used to discontinue the half penny way back in 1857, we should have discontinued the nickel in 1982. Let's try the dime. So the dime, of course, is 10 cents. We're going to multiply by the CPI way back here, this one, right? And we're going to divide it by the CPI in the year that we have, that one. So there's the dime. I got a lot of digits showing here. Let's just get 2. That's what we had for the others. There we go. So a dime is worth a dime, 10 cents, right? Then it's worth only 5 cents there, 3 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent, less than a cent. Oh my gosh. Here, in 2004, a dime was worth less than a half a penny was worth in 1857. So by the standard that we used to discontinue the half penny, we should have discontinued the dime in 2004. Let's try a quarter. So a quarter is 25 cents. Going to multiply by the CPI, 1857. Going to nail that down. And I'm going to divide it by the CPI in 2018, which is what I have in this data set. And then let's copy them all down. So 25 cents is worth 25 cents way back then. Let's kind of clean this up a little bit. All right, here we go. So, oh, look, a quarter is only worth 16 cents by 1938. It's only worth about a dime in 1947. It's worth about 2 cents in 1983. 1 cent. Oh my gosh, 1 cent, less than a cent, but not quite. We should continue to produce the quarter based on the standard that we used to discontinue the half penny. We shouldn't discontinue the quarter yet, but it's really close. So to put this another way, a quarter, 25 cents, in 2018 was worth the same as less than a penny in 1857. You know, it's really kind of sad when you think about it, what we've done to the value of our currency. Okay, so this is a kind of a hard one. This is hard, and I think if you can understand this one, you should be in really good shape for the test. All right.